Gaffer, forced to settle for a point here this afternoon. Is the overriding feeling one of frustration?
Yeah, I think we obviously wanted to take maximum points out of the game here today at home. I liked a lot of our performance when it was 11v11. Obviously we conceded a really sloppy goal, just a punt up the pitch, and we get it wrong in the back line and they end up with a goal because I thought it was all us. I thought Patrick Roberts was looking really good down that right hand side, combining with Samoki. Damari Gray hits the post, so there was a lot to like in that first half, but obviously we then go on the back foot because of the goal we conceded. But we got going again. They obviously have a man sent off just before half time, so we've got the second half to approach with the extra man, and the idea was there, trying to stretch the pitch, get crosses in, forward runs in the gaps. Could have moved the ball a little bit quicker at times, a little bit more quality obviously in the final third, then you go and get probably a goal a little bit earlier, but they were defending the box with a lot of numbers. We eventually get the goal with about 25 minutes to go, I think it was, and it's a case of can we get the second goal. And we pushed, to be fair to the players, they went for it, they gave everything. Bodies in the box. I think Jack Robinson's was the biggest moment I can think of. Hits the underside of the bar. On another day that goes in or bounces to one of our players. And there was a lot of moments in and around there which was half a yard here, half a yard there, and it's a goal. So it wasn't to be today. We obviously lose a player at the end. It becomes 10v10 for the last little bit as well. So a very eventful game. Yes, we wanted 3 points, absolutely. We couldn't get it, we take one, but it's not a time to be feeling sorry for ourselves or keeping your heads down. I said to the players, it's a pat on the back, you keep your head up because we've got a big week ahead.
You spoke about moments quite a lot. There's no shortage of chances today, bounce of a ball. If one of those goes in, we're stood here talking about a completely different outcome. Yeah,
I mean, we've had 25 shots, 10 shots on target. They've had 1 shot on target, I think. Yeah, it's one of those days, one of those games. On another day you win that 2-3 and you move on. We didn't do it today, so it's another different type of game for us. We've had a bit of everything in this first half of the season. It's been eventful, I must say, but we've always, faced the challenges and overcome them. We've got another home game here in 2 days, so I think the important thing for me is to keep the players' energy levels up, keep the spirits up, and get ready to go after Southampton, who are, one of the best teams at this level, no doubt.
We haven't conceded the first goal at home very often this season. Obviously given ourselves a bit of work to do there. Was anything we could have done better on that opening goal?
Well, yeah, I think it was a long clearance. They win the race to the long clearance as one thing. We tried to press possibly at the wrong time, open up the middle of the goal. It was a danger area. So there's 2 or 3 errors in a row there, and that normally leads to a chance or a goal. So out of nothing, I must say, I think it was all us, and I think that was what it was going to be today. It was going to be a set piece or one of those counter-attacks, and we did. We got that poorly wrong. I think we haven't conceded many chances in games. I think we've conceded the fewest shots in the entire league at our goal, but at the moment when teams are getting a chance, it's going in, and that's how it is for us. But like I say, we reacted to that and we pushed and could have, should have probably scored more than the 1 goal.
When a team goes down to 10 men, naturally it gives them something to protect. It was sort of defence against attack for majority of that second half. What was the message at half time?
Well, it is. I mean, you think last week we went a man down, but we were already a goal down. They went a man down, but they're already a goal up. So it's a different kind of mindset. They're galvanised by that, and they say they've got something to hold on to. So I think my point at half time to the players was we have to be very clear what we're trying to do when we've got the ball. So maximum width, trying to stretch them, run into the gaps, and making sure we've always got 3 to 4 players in the box when the crosses are coming in, because they naturally just close and deepen, so there's no spaces to really combine centrally. A lot of it goes wide, and you've got to try and put pressure on either from the first cross or the second ball, counter-pressing situation, a little bit of chaos that can be created from that, set pieces that can come from that. So the idea was there. As I say, I think they were trying to do the right things. I think could have been quicker, and I think we could have shown a little bit more quality in those moments, and that would have probably converted promising situations into a goal.
We lost Christoph in stoppage time to a red card. Is there any complaints from your side about that?
Not immediately. I mean, I haven't sit and watched it back, but yeah, he just gets it wrong, obviously, in terms of the timing of his tackle. Unlike him, because he's so reliable in so many ways, but he's not perfect. He's obviously gone for the ball and got it a little bit wrong there. So we'll have to see what that means.
He's obviously suspended now. Tommy's serving a suspension. We weren't without Alex today. Damari's gone off injured. It just leaves us a little bit light at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not an ideal time to be light on numbers because of the amount of games we've got, but when we put the squad together, when you put the squad together back in the summer, you always think of December and January, knowing that this is the time you're going to be really tested. And this is it. It's the ultimate test for us now because we are light on numbers. We've got a lot of games. We have to, as a group, be galvanised by that. Players will get a chance. They've got to take their chance.
Is there anything positive on Alex, and what is the state of play on Dimmy at the moment?
So Alex is obviously hopeful of being available for one of these games over the festive period, but slow progress for him, unfortunately. Dimmy, I don't know the extent of his injury. We'll have to see how that is in coming days.
Today's game was the 23rd of the season, so we're exactly at the halfway point. How would you assess this first half of the season? Like you said earlier, we've had a bit of everything.
We have had a bit of everything. I think when we got promoted from League One, there wasn't a single part of me that thought this championship was going to be a stroll for us, that we were going to be up in the top six all season and easily up there. I thought it was going to be a real challenge, and we've seen that. I think we've been very competitive throughout the season. We've never been well beaten really. We've always been in the games. We've shown what we're capable of during that time with some big wins, big performances. We've been generally very strong at home. I think we've lost only the one match at home in that first half of the season, but obviously need to improve away. So we've had a lot of events within games. So I think we can say, as I said to the players, at the halfway point, we know that we can do even better in the second half of the season. It's not that we've seen a league that should scare us. We've been competitive, yes, but can we go and improve on our first half of the season in the second half? Absolutely, and I think the players will feel that, having now played all the different teams. So I'm optimistic about that. It was always going to be a challenge, and it's how we stick together and overcome those challenges that will define us ultimately. And you could see the appreciation from the fans at the end. It was frustrating. We all wanted the 3 points today desperately, but they didn't. But they know this is a team that gives everything, that runs and works and pushes to the very end, and that's the very least that they expect from their team. So we got that today, but we just couldn't quite get the 3 points.
That's Gaffer.
Cheers.